Good morning, beautiful people, royal people. If you are new here, come on over, join us, and become a part of the royal family. I am Jacqueline.o.wade, and this is the Royal Dynasty podcast. If you're an existing subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. I love each and every one of you, royal people. This podcast could not and would not be the same without you, right? And so today we are continuing on in our series of Draw the Circle. Today is day 3, and that will be the next video that I upload. Right now, this is going to be a podcast entitled Real Men Pour In, right? And so the Bible says those that are led by the Spirit are sons of God. And so this morning, after I went into my prayer time, I heard the voice of the Lord calling me back to a message that I had heard from Bishop T.D. Jakes entitled Real Men Pour In. And so I started to think about the men in my life that have poured into my life. And so this episode is going to be a very special episode. So sit back, relax, get your tea, pull up, and let's discuss. And so one of my favorite poems that I have recited time and time again, I want to give acknowledgement and recognition. So I will start with the poem and then we can go into the episode. And so the poem says, if with pleasure you are viewing any work a man is doing, if you like him or you love him, tell him now. Don't withhold your approbation till the preacher makes oration and he lies with snowy lilies on his brow. For no matter how you shout it, he won't really care about it. He won't know how many teardrops you have shed. If you think some praise is due him, now's the time to slip it to him, for he cannot read his tombstone when he's dead. And so this episode is dedicated to a king, someone who has been very impactful and influential in my life, and that happens to be my uncle, Nicholas. And so I heard the episode and the preaching for Bishop T.D. Jakes, and it was talking about how real men pour in. And Bishop T.D. Jakes, a great speaker. If you have a chance, you can Google that on YouTube, Real Men Pour In, and the sermon will come up. It's about an hour-long sermon. And so he talks about, the roles, the responsibilities, what real men do. And he gives an analogy and he shows a glass of water from a pitcher, and then he's pouring the water into the glass. And he also talks about how you can't really pour in what you haven't received, right? And so I start to think about those individuals that poured into me, and Nicholas is by far one of the most influential people in my life. And so this takes me back actually to a story time. And that was a time when, for me, I was feeling very unfulfilled in life. As a young person, oftentimes, especially in the realm or area of social media, right? So you're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok, and you observe others in their journey in terms of life, right? But one thing we have to realize about social media is that people tend not to put up bad days, right? So they're going to more likely than not put up more good days than bad days at all. And so I'm in this journey of feeling unfulfilled in comparison to my peers, in comparison to some people that I went to school with, and so on. And so I take this trip to Atlanta at the time, and I am going to attend the Cindy Trim conference. So Cindy Trim, very great preacher, minister, by right. She's been preaching for a very long time and very impactful woman, has an awesome story. Check out Cindy Trim as well. So I get ready to go to the conference. So I fly down to Georgia, and I'm still feeling in a sense of, so I'm feeling defeated. I am feeling unfulfilled. I am feeling, in comparison to others, I am not successful at all. But I'm still getting ready to attend this conference in Georgia, and that's the Cindy Trim End Your Year Strong. So for this conference, it's about a 2-day, I believe, conference, and where you are in the midst of other great speakers along with Cindy Trim and other pastors. And in this conference, you're supposed to be ending your year strong to be able to go into the new year fulfilled with dreams and visions and things of that nature. So I go to, I believe at the time the hotel was the Marquise, and I'm there and I'm praying and I'm preparing for the conference, and I'm excited, but also, a little bit down in a sense. And so at this time comes Nicholas. And so Nicholas is in Georgia as well as my other family, and he comes to the hotel to pick me up. And so when he comes to the hotel, I am getting ready at that time to go and visit my family. So I'm in the car with Nicholas, and we begin to have a conversation. And so, not unlike any other conversation, Nicholas has always been an encourager. So even from when I was a younger girl, he would always encourage me and give me tips and tricks and nuggets to be successful. So I remember, for example, him telling me one time, always be sure to keep your resume updated. And so in that instruction, I was always cultivating and updating my resumes, and it brought so much passion to me. He poured into me that I started to fix up others' people's resumes. So I started to do that as like a side gig. So I got so much joy in doing it for myself, I started doing it for other people. And so that was Nicholas consistently pouring into me. Every tip and trick he gave me, I sunk it in, I took it in, and I used it, and I developed it, and I became the woman that I am becoming today, right? So we're in the car, and I am driving with my uncle, and I am talking to him, and I'm sharing with him, I don't feel fulfilled. I don't feel like I am doing what my purpose is in life. And, how can I change the area that I'm in? I'm at this, getting ready for this conference, and I'm excited. But in one aspect, I'm still feeling not where I need to be. And so Nicholas, in Nicholas's fashion, cool and smooth, and he starts to talk to me and pour in. And so he tells me that I am right where I need to be, and I can continue to grow and cultivate, and I should think about creating a vision board. A vision board. This was something that I had heard of before, but never really took any time to really understand what it was. So he started to tell me about how he creates vision boards and how his wife does it, and how they put extraordinary goals and visions on the board. And it started to get my wheels churning to say, hey, I want to create a vision board. Tell me more. So he's consistently pouring into me. And from that conversation, I went from a place of defeat and feeling unfulfilled to a place of excitement. My uncle, unbeknownst to him, had poured into me and had lifted my spirits and had gave me hope and dream and a vision. And so I took it. I took every word that he said, and I went back to the drawing table, and then I created my own vision board. And I started to put extraordinary things on that board. Hey, promotion on the job, a home. At the time, I had not yet purchased my home. But because of that conversation with my uncle, it took me on a journey. I prayed on it, and I was able to put these things on my vision board and then watch them unfold one by one by one. So today I want to recognize Nicholas not just as my uncle, but as the man of God that he is, of the man that he is. He is someone that has consistently poured into my life, and I'm pretty sure in the lives of others. And so what do you do for recognition? If I could, I would buy the biggest billboard there is out there. I would scream it across the entire universe how amazing, how profound, how impactful this man really is. We as women, as people, as children of God, should always recognize those people in our lives. If with pleasure you are viewing, the poem says, any work a man is doing, who is doing something impactful in your life? Let them know today. Be appreciative and always pour back into other people. So Nicholas, thank you a million. This is one of my boards, and I continue each year to build out a different vision, accomplish a different goal because of this amazing king in my life. So if you've reached and made it this far in the video, make sure that you come and join us. Become a part of the royal family. We would love to have you over here. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell so whenever we upload new videos, you will be aware. Hit the like button and comment down below if you have someone that has been impactful in your life. Thank you for watching.